What's up, y'all? So, I figure I'd get on, spend some time with y'all today. Got my microtech, sharpening the stone. I work on the edge a little bit. Uh, all right. I'm getting there. Got somebody. Oh, my boy Miles has entered the chat. What's up, brother? Yeah, I don't consider myself a sharpening expert because I'm not. But I mean, I can get a knife sharp. It's just the fact that with these kind of sharpening stones, they can sometimes take a little bit of work. I thought about getting me a. I've been thinking about getting me a one of them work sharps. You know what I'm talking about? Where you turn it on and it has this little grind belt. You run it through. You know. I thought about getting me one of those. Yeah, it ain't that hard, but you have a work sharp? Yeah, I need to find me one. I'm gonna see if I can try to get me one for for Christmas. Getting there. Nice, but not the cheap. Yeah, most things like that are. But yeah, I get me some extra money. I think I might get me one. Yeah, that's a little bit there. My part. And every now and again, I like you with these little sharpening stones here. I like using the side of it. I've been trying to find me another knife because I mean this one here. I mean it's still intact, but I've beat this thing to absolute oblivion. Yeah, that's what I did a while ago before I turned the live on. I I just put some old kitchen soap I got there in the kitchen on. I put it on this side right here, just scrubbed a little bit on, and then just run water over it. Let's see this here. Damn. This is terrible. See anybody else in here? Nope, just Miles. But that's alright. See you, brother. Y'all think that's sharp? Nope. That thing goes right through paper. Yeah, I say that's sharp. Hmm. Now I've worked grinders. Now I've worked grinders before, and I know the fact that if I had a work sharp, I could just get this knife this stupid sharp. Do the test. That's as good as we gonna get. Well. Who's my other two people coming in? Let me look at this. Oh, trust me. When I get a work sharp in here, sharpening videos is on the way. I mean, 'cause I know I can get a knife sharp, but I've got buddies that's got work sharps where they'll turn it on and just run it down. And then by the time they turn that freaking work sharp off, the knife they're sharpening is stupid sharp. I mean, you could take a whole paper and just slice it in half in one slice. What the hell? I mean, y'all saw me a while ago. I just spent whatever amount of time I spent on sharpening stone. And, I mean, you I mean, hell, I can get a knife sharp with just that little old sharpening stone, but I mean, when I sharpen a knife, I want to get that thing just freaking hair popping sharp. And I think a work sharp would be the best option here. I mean, because I'm slicing through paper, no problem. Rishi Dolan? I, brother, if I butchered your name, I apologize, but what's going on, Bubba? Okay. Alright. What's another word for young? Couldn't tell you that part, Bo. That is above my pay grade. Checkmate. What's going on, brother? Now, y'all, I was just talking a while ago about getting a work sharp for my knife for when I need to sharpen it. Work sharp, it has a grind belt where you turn it on and just run across the grind belt. It's like, and I've seen several videos. I got buddies that's got work sharps, and when they sharpen their knives with one, by the time they turn it off, the knife is stupid sharp. So, right. Right here. I mean, it takes a little bit, but I can get a knife sharp, but I thought about getting me one of them work sharps, so that way I could turn it on and just go, and then I can, and that thing be just stupid sharp. But yeah, I get me one of them work sharps. Yeah, well, I had a iPhone for a little while, and then I had to switch to Android. That wasn't no fun. And oh, by the way, if you ever decide to go to Straight Talk Wireless, don't do that to yourself. Because where I live at, over here in West Virginia, we went to Straight Talk when we moved and specifically stated, hey, we're moving or the phone's going to work. You'll have excellent service. Okay, so we get over here and the phones don't work at all. I mean, if somebody was to break in my house, only thing I could do with the phone is just throw it at them. Because, number one, I ain't got my guns at the house yet. And two, that thing had no signal at all. So, in order for us to make a phone call, we had to drive 45 miles from our house to Bluefield, Virginia, at the Walmart. Okay. So, we do that, jump through all those hoops, and then finally a representative gets on the phone and says, well, your zip code has changed. Say what? Your zip code has changed. And? Well, you moved from your zip code to a new zip code, so we're going to have to change your phone number. We've only had 423 numbers. Well, Daddy had his for 9 years. I had mine for about 4, 5, or 6. And Mama had hers for about 9 years. So really wasn't too keen on changing the numbers, but hey, it is what it is. So I was just planning on calling a spade, right? Try them out. Phones don't work. So we drive back to Bluefield. And then they say, okay, we figured out the problem. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to dial *73. Don't press nothing. Take your SIM card out. Cut your phone off. Wait about 3 to 5 minutes. And then put it all back together, cut your phone on, and that should work. Well, old Paul, he was still trying to be nice, but I had enough. And then I told the lady, I said, lady, that is the most retarded idea I have ever heard of in my life. Now, I said, what if it don't work? She says, well, try again. Okay. Try it the first time, don't work. Try it the second time, don't work. Try it the third time, don't work. Try it the fourth time, don't work. Try it the fifth time, don't work. So I called the lady back up and said, hey, it ain't working. Well, troubleshoot it. Okay. So we go through the troubleshoot. Don't work. And it'd be like, hey, this still ain't working. So we get back on the phone with Straight Talk and do battle with them again. And we was at Burger King. Bought a $4 Coke. So we do that, jump through all those hoops, and then The lady who we finally talked to at the Straight Talk Wireless corporate office, who, by the way, was named April. Y'all remember that? April. Well, April, who didn't speak good English, by the way. I mean, if you held a gun to her head and said you have to speak good English, you would just have to shoot her because she couldn't do it. She says, well, you have to wait 60 days. No, really ain't too keen on waiting on 60 days and continuing to pay for something that we already know don't work. Well, there's nothing we can do. You'll have to wait 60 days. I said, okay. So I said, let's just be honest here for a minute and I'm just going to let you know if that's the road you want to go down, just know I'm going to call the FCC and I'm going to register a complaint. I'm going to call the news. I am going to go all across my social media platforms and start making videos about how crappy this service is and how the, the representatives of Straight Talk Wireless misrepresent their product. So, are you sure this is yeah. Are you sure this is the road you want to go down? She said, yes. Okay. Let the bodies hit the floor. So, yeah. Did I like having to wait that long in order to make content at the house? Not really. Was it an easy fix? Yes. Are we going to be seeking retribution against Straight Talk Wireless? You better believe it. Because this ain't over. Not by a long shot. We ain't done with April yet. And yeah. I was telling them about how April didn't speak good English. If you held a gun to her head and said you have to speak good English, you would just have to shoot her because she couldn't do it. No, she will not. Alright, let's see here. Yeah. April and all of Straight Talk do not get to skate. Alright. Oh, got somebody back in. Got somebody in. We refuse to answer. he's Warren. What's going on, Bubba? We was just talking about Straight Talk Wireless. You ever thought about getting them? What's going on, Bubba? But you ever thought about getting Straight Talk Wireless? Don't do that to yourself. Cause when we first moved to West Virginia, we was getting ready to move. Yeah, well, I was just saying, if you ever thought about getting Straight Talk, don't do that to yourself. Cause when we moved to West Virginia, we went to a store in Bristol. One of the stores that Straight Talk has in Bristol. And said, specifically stated, hey, we're moving. Does the phones work at that location? You're gonna have great service over there. Okay. We get over here to the house in West Virginia. We get all the stuff in. We try the phones out. They don't work. So, now keep in mind, in order for us to make a phone call, we had to drive 45 miles from the house to Bluefield, Virginia, at the Walmart. So we go over to Bluefield at the Walmart and spent an hour and a half, 2 hours straight doing battle with Straight Talk. And in case you don't know, I can't stand automotive message systems. When they say, oh, do this or do that, I'm like, get me on the phone with a living, breathing human. Because, I mean, I can't stand automotive message systems. So, do that. And then finally, a representative at Straight Talk says, hey, you moved from your zip code to a new zip code, so we'll have to change your number. We've only had 423 numbers for years and years and years. So, really wasn't too keen on changing the number, but my plan was to just go with it and call a spade, you know. So, get the number swapped, go back over to the house, try them out, they don't work. So, the next day, we drive all the way back to Bluefield, and then they say, okay, we can fix the problem, but what you're going to have to do is, you're going to have to dial *73. Don't press nothing. Take your SIM card out. Yeah, that's very bad. But they said, okay, we can fix the problem, but what you're going to have to do is, you're going to have to dial *73. Don't press nothing. Take your SIM card out. Cut your phone off. Wait about 3 to 5 minutes. Put it all back together. Cut your phone on, and it should work. Well, my dad, who me and him run together a lot, we both make content together. He was still trying to be nice at that point. I was at my breaking point, so I just, without hesitation, I said, that is the most retarded idea I have ever heard of in my life. I said, and what if this brilliant idea that comes out of your tiny brain don't work? She says, well, try again. Okay. I already know what's fixing to happen, but hey, I like entertainment too. So, we do that. It don't work. Try it a second time. It don't work. Try it a third time. It don't work. Daddy was going to do it a fourth time. I said, you already know what's fixing to happen, right? I said, why go through the hassle? It's a good point. So, calling back up, said, hey, it ain't working. Well, troubleshoot it. I don't know what the troubleshoot is, but Daddy knows about more about troubleshooting than me. So if you ever wanted to know what troubleshooting is, just go over to his channel. It's Life with Mike today. I think he's still Life with Mike and Cash today. The Cash is KSH, but I mean, either way, it's Life with Mike today. If you just type that in, it should take you to him. But anyway, do that, jump through all those hoops, and then we spent, yeah, we got it fixed. We went to T-Mobile, which isn't great, but we ain't got to drive all the way to Bluefield to fix it or make a phone call. We can make a phone call right here at the house since we got internet with a GoNet speed. But like I say, man, don't, if you ever thought about going to Straight Talk Wireless, do not do that to yourself. So after I jumped through all the hoops, then finally, the representative at the Straight Talk Wireless corporate office, whose name was April, remember that, brother, April, who didn't speak good English, by the way. I mean, if you held a gun to her head and said you had to speak good English, you would just have to shoot her because she couldn't do it. She says, you have to wait 60 days to get your phone unlocked. Thanks, man. Got this at a flea market a few years back. It was cold that day. But April says, you have to wait 60 days to get your phone unlocked. I said, no, I'm really not too keen on paying for something that, but really not too keen on paying for something that's not working. Oh, you have to wait 60 days. Okay, well, if this is the road you want to go down, just know that I'm going to call the FCC and register a complaint. I'm going to call the news. I'm going to let them know exactly how I got treated at Straight Talk Wireless. I said, I'm going to go across all my social media platforms and start making videos about how crappy this service is and how the representatives misrepresent their product. Are you sure this is the road you want to go down? She said, yes. Okay. Let the bodies hit the floor. I hung up. So, was it an easy fix? Yeah. Did I like having to wait that long to get to be on here talking with y'all? Not really. Are we going to be making more content about how Straight Talk Wireless screwed us? You better believe it. Because this ain't over. Not by a long shot. And we're going to let y'all know exactly what we find out about April. Because she don't get to skate either. But anyway, so what y'all been doing? Did she sound cute? I wouldn't be able to tell you. She didn't speak good English. I can tell you that. If you held a gun to her head and said you had to speak good English, you would just have to shoot her because she couldn't do it. Yeah. I mean, if you had a gun to her head like this and said you have to speak good English, you would just have to shoot her because she couldn't do it. She couldn't speak good English if she wanted to. Maybe, I don't know. But either way, after the aggravation that I got caused by her and everybody at Straight Talk Wireless, oh, oh yeah, Cricket and Motorola. Daddy had a Motorola Razr phone. Don't ever buy one of those, by the way. Called in because it had a little black spot right over in the fold. It was a folding phone. And the phone just went stupid. And the phone I had, it was with Cricket Wireless, and it was slow. And if I wanted to like pull something up, it took forever to load. I mean, as a matter of fact, we made videos about them. It's an old video. It might take you a little while to get to, but after this live, you'll feel free to go watch it, brother. But anyway, we call in because the phones they're hunks of junk, and then they say, okay, we can fix your phone, but what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to box your phone up. We was living in Knoxville at the time. Alrighty. But we was living in Knoxville at the time, and they say, okay, we can fix your phone, but what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to box your phone up, send it back to us, and then within about 1 to 2 days, we can send you another phone. I said, lady, you're drunk. There ain't no way you can send me a phone in that amount of time. Because they use UPS. And UPS wasn't but about 4 minutes from the house. about 4 or 5 miles from the house I was at. And this is in the summertime. And I didn't get the package that I wanted until about 2, 3 weeks later. So UPS, they don't get in a hurry. So jump through those hoops, and then they say, okay, you can call Motorola. All right, call Motorola. Motorola says, okay, they basically have the same idea as Cricket. They use UPS too. So I was like, nah, I ain't doing that either. They was like, okay, we can fix the phone, but what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pay, I think it was a $500 or $600 deposit plus tax, pimp fee. I said, no, I ain't doing that either. Now, keep in mind, we paid $600 for those phones. Okay. Yeah. I think it was like a $500 or $600 deposit plus tax, pimp fee. Okay. So it was either from $60 to 500. But moving on, we go in the Cricket store, and the lady at Cricket says, okay, you'll have to pay about a $50 deduct. I can't even say it, but so yeah. Don't go to Cricket. Don't buy a Motorola Razr, and don't go to Strike Talk Wireless. It's about the best way I can say it. As a matter of fact, it's in my old videos. You'll have to scroll down a little bit to get to it. But I got one that Daddy made, and I got one that I made. It's don't go to Cricket or Motorola. Here's why. It's an old video. You'll have to scroll down a little bit to get to it, but after you're done watching the live, you can feel free to do it. Not rushing you, but uh where am I from? I live in West Virginia. I am originally from Texas. But I've spent most of my life in East Tennessee. We moved up here to West Virginia because I got family up here. Yeah. So you just figured. So did you just hear like the way I talk? That's really why you asked? Alright. But yeah, like I say, it's the if you find a video that says two videos that say don't ever go to Cricket Wireless and Motorola, here's why. That's the video I'm talking about. It might take you a little bit to get to it, but I mean, All right. All right, man. Be good. Where are you watching this from? When you say in your country, where are you watching this from? India? Daggum. Alrighty. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer. You go ahead and do your stuff at the gym, and feel free to check out the video about a Cricket and Motorola. See you later, brother. There's a paper. Oh. trying to make a nice clean. Oh. Yo, I think I'm fixing to wrap this up because the live is just starting to slow down, so I think I'm just gonna wrap it up and go ahead from there. So, as always, I'm Kesha. He's Dutta. You're not, and we gone, son. Love y'all.